Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm working on my 2007 F350 Super Duty with the infamous 6-liter Powerstroke. If you've owned one of these for more than 5 minutes, then you are fully aware of all of the issues that these are prone to. That said, after I purchased this one, I shortly after did all the bulletproofs and upgrades to it. So it's been probably a little over 5 years now, maybe coming up on 6 years. That said, since that time, the one thing that I've consistently had issues with and had to replace almost on an annual basis during the summer is the oil standpipes for the high pressure oil system. So if you're not familiar, there's some standpipes that go back here that actually go into these high pressure oil rails, and they have some O-rings on them that like to go out. I've already replaced the ones on this side with the new ones, but I wanted to show you guys what I'm looking at for replacements this time. So one of the big issues that I've consistently had with this one in particular, it's never usually the base or the dummy plug. It is always where the top half meets that stem. And if it'll focus in there, you can see that that O-ring is completely chewed up and blown out. So this truck is supposed to carry, I think, like 42 or 4,300 psi of oil pressure at the injectors, which is produced by the high pressure oil pump. So what happens here is this actually mates up with this, and when these blow out, that can't carry that oil pressure that it needs to make the injectors fire. So I think one of the issues that has kind of been addressed with these is there's a lot of gap here actually between the O-ring and the flange where it seats, and you can kind of see me moving it around there a little bit. It allows it to move up and down quite a bit under the hydraulic pressure of the oil system. So one of the fixes that they've done throughout most of the areas, except for that one that keeps blowing out, is they put this here Teflon washer on there, which takes up some of that gap and kind of helps with that movement. So so I've tried multiple different brands, everything from stuff I've got from Rudy's Diesel, Extreme Diesel Performance. I've gotten standard ignition products. I've gotten the factory Motorcraft. Even the factory Motorcraft ones are blowing out on me. I think part of the problem is everybody's just using these inferior O-rings on here. They claim to be a Viton O-ring, which is supposed to be a higher temperature, but I don't know that that's necessarily the case, because when mine go out, it's typically when it's pretty darn hot outside. And my oil temperatures are typically pretty good. That said, I just don't think that these O-rings that are coming with these are able to stand up to it. So I'm tired of doing these every year. I have searched for other options, and I've found another company that is called Diesel Site. This isn't a promo for this company. This is just me telling you guys what other options are out there. What stood out to me is it looks like they have redesigned this upper portion here. And you can see here, so we've actually got 2 sets of O-rings, whereas this only has 1. Okay, we have got Teflon washers at each and every O-ring. Okay, if I pulled one of these bases out, I'd show you it's also got Teflon washers at the base. It's got Teflon washers on each O-ring of the double plug. And lastly, oh yeah, it's got Teflon washers up here, whereas these do not. And lastly, if you look here, the way that this flare, this bevel is ground different. Looks like it's a little bit more broad, a little bit more flattened out, and I would imagine inside of the stem is the same way. So I'm hoping that that makes for better seating here, right, which makes for less oil to come by and blow these out. So if it doesn't seat fully properly there, I'd say that's why they've done the double O-ring here, to keep oil from pushing all the way past. And if anything, I guess you can maintain your oil pressure longer than what you would with that single O-ring. So again, that company's name is Diesel Site. It's not a promo. I'm not selling any of their products. I'm just giving you guys options. These cost me about $230 with shipping, which, I mean, as much as I've spent in standpipes on this truck, if it gets me an extra year, I guess it's worth it. So I appreciate you guys checking this out. If you've used these before, please drop a comment below. And if you plan on using it and it works, you know, let me know how it works out. So I'll try to do an update later to let you guys know how this is going. Thanks.